connects.
The broadcast is live. Okay, now we start.
Yeah, you still have a little chipmunk, every time you talk. So I don't know what that is because it just came on. So do you have something else on
No,
that's
it's complete
feeding,
silence here.
like your phone or anything like
No,
that?
I just turned my phone on not no disturb. Um,
Right.
Unplug my other computer I was going to use instead. Would that cause a frequency sound?
Yeah, it says now we're now live. I got an
Okay. Well,
email.
good morning, everyone. If you or good evening, everyone. If you're from a different time zone, you have to
Yeah.
excuse this. We are working out some technical issues. This is our first time doing this, so welcome to the show from Golden Dragon Fortunes and
Yeah.
K.
Okay, so here we are. So anyway, we're just fumbling along here, but this is our first live stream. We want to plan to do this on a regular basis, and um, that's our intent to do them either Friday morning, maybe Saturday morning. I don't know, maybe Monday morning. We'll have to work that out, but we'll want to just get one first, and we'll post this on our channel. For people to watch afterwards, because till we start building up the audience. But and I don't see live going to show up on.
Is our viewer there still? Is our viewer able to chat?
Yeah, there's another person in here. Can you tell us how 2023 is going to be for Jimin career-wise? Okay, and then that's from Bavia. Shout out to Bavia. Wherever, tell us what time zone you're in. We're doing California time. It's like 10 a.m. here. And serendipity. Thank you for waiting. So she wants, or he or she wants to know about Taehyung's future wife prediction. Okay. So that's Kim Taehyung of BTS. But we have a little program to show you first. So we'll try to get to those requests later. But let's just kind of do our little segment here. So we're going to cover a few idols and do little predictions for them, and then we'll get to the Q&A or requests after that. And so Mai-Li is going to be doing the numerology of these idols, and then I'll be doing the little predictions, and then some other presentation stuff there too. So let's see. So the first idol is Haechan of NCT. Now, there's some updated news about him. He went to the hospital with his manager just in the last 24 hours or so, complaining of heart palpitations and a lot of chest pain. Um, so, yeah, it's pretty serious. So we'll probably, do a little look and take a look at his health conditions. But let's just give a little background to him first. So, this is Haechan. His real name is Yi Dong-hyuk. He's from NCT. That's a SM Entertainment group. It's got a lot of people. I always get confused because there's like 17, 20 of them guys. And then they're broken up into subgroups, NCT Dream or NCT this, that, and the other thing. Wavy, the Chinese. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many iterations of this. It's hard to keep track. But yeah, he just reported having heart palpitations in January 6th, yesterday. And he will not join NCT on their 2023 tour, which I think is going to be in Asia, maybe America. He was born on June 6th, 2000. He's 22 years old in Seoul. He's a Gemini. He's a dragon. There were some rumors, maybe a year ago or something, that he was dating Ryujin of Itzy. These are unconfirmed. But his ideal partner is someone who has short hair, and Ryujin has short hair. So who knows? Anyway, but I wanted to talk about the more serious problem here, which just came up, which is heart palpitations. So how do I change this. Let's go to the next slide. Heart palpitations, the symptoms are can feel like the heart is beating too fast, it's flip flopping, it's fluttering rapidly, it's pounding, it's skipping beats. These are heart palpitations. So he complained about heart palpitations and they took him to the hospital. Um, so then, when to see a doctor? Seek emergency medical attention if heart palpitations occur with chest discomfort or pain, which he did complain about, fainting, severe shortness of breath, and severe dizziness. So this is a serious situation. And so that's why they took him to the hospital to get checked out. So, there's a little hashtag going on for Haechan to get well on Twitter and on social media. So what causes heart palpitations? Causes strong emotional responses such as stress, anxiety, or panic attacks, depression, strenuous exercise, stimulants including caffeine, nicotine, cocaine, amphetamines, and cold and cough medicines that contain pseudoephedrine, which this is how they kind of make some illicit drugs out of that. That's why they lock those pseudoephedrines up. Fever, hormone changes associated with menstruation, pregnancy, or menopause. That's not his problem, but it could be yours. And too much or too little thyroid hormone. So his TSH thyroid could be off kilter. It could be hypo for low thyroid activity and not enough thyroid hormone, or it could be hyper, which is too much thyroid hormone, which sometimes you can see people with bulging eyes and stuff. That's a hyperthyroid thing. So those are the causes. Obviously now he's an idol. He works. He does a lot of strenuous exercise. They're known for not getting a lot of sleep, especially right before going on a tour. They're going to be working out all their stage and all their songs and all their choreo and about to go on a long tour. So that can cause a lot of stress. Anxiety, and if he had some of these other factors, maybe that's the cause. um anyway, so those I just want to talk about heart palpitations. So we hope that he's okay. Everybody is hoping that he's going to be okay around the world, all his fans. But it's pretty serious business, and certainly rest. I mean, I don't know what they give to maybe something to help them rest, maybe some anti-anxiety things. Usually anti-anxiety drugs, it takes a time to kind of ramp up and get to the right dosage. So that's not a quick fix. It's a fix, but it takes time to do that, to figure out the right dosage. So anyway, he's not going to go on the tour. So anyway, that's Haechan. Sorry to start off with such a negative um, segment here, but it's pretty serious and it's all just happening. It just turned out I just picked Haechan randomly. Maybe there was something, maybe I sensed or something, but I just picked him a few days ago and said, okay, let's do Haechan and NCT because I haven't done anybody in NCT. And then all of a sudden I saw the news that, yeah, he's went to the hospital. So anyway, but Mai-Li, do you have any
Well,
numerology information about
for him,
Haechan?
while you were talking, I was looking at it the day of his birth, which is his personality, and he's
Mhm.
a natural born nurturer and healer, and
Hmm.
he has a huge talent to want to help others and heal others in his own way.
Hmm.
So he does sometimes a little bit of self sacrifice in
Hmm.
order to be that protector, of a guardian, people that he wants to
Right.
help. It could be that along with his career and with his emotional nurturing behavior, he's becoming very much, I would say, more of an empath. So
Right.
that's probably why he's having these symptoms because he's just taking it all in, and it's just
Right. He can't please everybody, and he's maybe trying to. So
yes.
that's a challenge, with your emotions and anxiety and stress.
Well, the heart chakra is our main energy field. So if he's not feeling it and he's not strong himself, he'll start picking up other energies from other people or situations as well.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
that's the sixth. That's the personality of his own birthday. So it makes so much sense why, he's feeling a little tired and down right now. So let's just wish him good luck. Let's send him energy instead of he always taking, trying to take people's energy and heal it on his own.
Right. Okay. Well, let's do a little brief, quick look at his health. Forget everything else. Let's look at his health. That's the most important thing here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to point down here where I'm going to place my little mahjong tiles. And so let's all focus on Haechan a little bit and, send some energy out there to focus on him. Well, obviously, we want to wish him well. But let's see, let's pick some tiles and see what his health is going to look like for moving forward here. Um, so let's do it now. So we're going to go from the center kind of workout. It says that there's going to be probably some tests that's going to be happening. Maybe some diagnostics. Maybe he's already had that, but this white tile represents um, what it looks like some type of documents or paperwork or those kinds of things. And there's going to be some new information from that. Um, this represents some new things that are starting somehow. So I think there's maybe a prescription as well about what he needs to do to take care of himself, perhaps from his medical support. Um, and so there's going to be some new behaviors that he has to kind of maybe adjust to, it seems. It does say, though, that about 3 months from now, things are going to become a little bit more relaxed and more comfortable and kind of come together well. It seemed like he's accomplished some things because this represents comfort, relaxation, some kind of harmony. So maybe he's kind of gotten tuned with the stresses of his life and worked through them. The center tile here on the left, this red character represents coming together to the center and starting to fit the right time and having some success in
Excuse
his
me,
health.
Wanu.
So it looks like
We
it's
see
going to
the
get
tile.
better. May take a little bit of time and relaxation or just taking it easy. Going out farther, it says that he'll be back to commit his commitments. This represents commitments, and so obviously he's got a lot of commitments, being an idol in a big group and all those things. But he's going to take it slowly. He's going to be moving in the right path, the right direction, but kind of moving like a turtle, kind of at his own pace, and seeing how things develop. Um, and then it says he'll probably be ready to travel and communicate and be out there in the public a lot more, but it could be later in the year, maybe toward the end of the year. So that's what it says for Haechan, for his health and kind of moving forward, since this news came up. Kind of anyway.
Wanugee, can we
Yeah.
see tiles? Because it's very small. We can't see because the heart palpitation thing is up and we didn't see the tiles.
Oh, okay. Let me clear that. Uh, how do I get rid of that? Let's go to yes.
Oh, there we
Like
go.
this.
So then, yeah, we didn't see the tiles.
Okay, let's show the tiles. So some new written communications, they're going to be emphasized, maybe have to make some changes in the next 2, 3 months. Things seem to become a little bit more relaxed and comfortable and less stressed out. And things start to come together and start to fit in the center. That's what this represents. This represents a little more harmony and comfort. It says that as far as his commitments, he'll start to get more involved with his commitments, but it's probably going to be, in the summertime. And it's going to move slowly, kind of steadily, kind of pace by pace, at its own pace. And then it seemed like maybe as you get toward the end, last 3 months of the year or so, He may be more ready to travel and change location. That's what this represents, and communicate, talk, meet with others, and get put himself out there more. So that's what these tiles say for Haechan. So um, yeah, it looks good. It's just going to take some time for him to get on track. So just be patient, be supportive, and let's hope the best for Haechan. Um, okay, so that's it. Let's go to Ryujin of Itzy. We did Yeji on our channel, but that was a couple of years ago. In fact, it was after their debut so that was like 2, 3 years ago. Dala Dala, they came out with a big hit. But I just thought I would just do Ryujin because I saw her on before they debuted on Mix Nine on you know that kind of survival competition show. But anyway, so I just thought we'd do Ryujin. So let's see how we can do that. Let's change it to this, or is it this? Okay. So Ryujin, Shin Ryujin, with Itzy, that 5-member girl group. I guess they're kind of one of the first, generation 4, if you call it that for K-pop. She was born on April 17, 2001. So she's only, I think, she's only 21, I think. I mean, this is Western age. She's born in Seoul. She's an Aries and a snake. Um, she's 5'4", 108 pounds. Her MBTI, her Myers-Briggs type is INTJ, so she's an introvert, actually. Um, and she was on Mix 9 way back in 2017, 5 years ago. So anyway, so she, I thought maybe, Mai-Li, what do you have for her numerology?
Well, this young lady, her personality, which I'm working on at the moment, is she's a fierce doer. She's very,
Oh, hey, it's funny you say that because Ryujin, has a personality that K-pop followers, fans would call savage. She's pretty savage with her members. I mean, she's playful but savage, but no nonsense,
right.
and
That's because she has a lot of confidence with herself. She actually could work independently, but she prefers to work in a group at this moment in time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
she has the ability to work alone, and she knows it. So
Hmm.
her energy is about getting things done, getting completed, being focused, and that's why she has that fire energy in her side. Even though she's a snake, she still
Yeah,
has a way of just maneuvering herself through to get what she wants in life. So she's
yeah.
a
Okay,
dynamic.
cool. Yeah. Um, all right. Well, let's just pull some tiles for her, just a brief outline for the year, see what they say. Yeah, she's kind of she's kind of the most tomboyish of the 5 girls. But yeah, I like her. She's got her unique personalities.
She's a beautiful young lady. She just has a very strong personality, and you
Yeah,
can
she
see
does.
eyes.
Oh, absolutely, she does. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, let's pick some tiles here, Mai-Li. So let's all focus on Ryujin, of Itzy, and we'll pick some tiles, see what's going on for the year. Just an outline. Um, Sorry for the noise of these tiles. It's kind of noisy, but adds a little sound texture to the live broadcast. Okay, let's go and see what it says. Okay, let me clear off this view. Do this right. Yeah, I'll just kind of focus on this, and here's the tiles. So it says that, yeah, she's going to be thinking about a lot about starting something new herself over the next few months. This represents a lot of deep thought, contemplation, a little soul searching. This is a fa, represents to start something new in some way. It doesn't say what it is, but that's going to be the energy that's going to be kind of prevalent. And she's going to continue to think about this quite a bit, for a long time. So I don't know if she's contemplating something very serious for her, but it says she's going to be thinking about whatever wants to start. She's going to be happy about it. This represents happiness. So by the springtime, she feels like something happening that is going to make her happy, or that's what she's going to be focusing on, is making herself happy. And that turns into, as you go into the summer, July, August, September or so, it's going to turn to be some good luck. The dragon represents good luck. And the pearl shows up with it and says there's going to be some nicer energy for her, something more pearl like, something more special, more refined and precious as she kind of goes into the summer, into the fall. And it says that she's going to maybe feel like her goals or objectives are more clear and more obtainable. This West towel represents that. And the lute shows up again and says she's going to be feeling more in harmony with, you know, her music, more in harmony maybe with her life, and feeling more comfortable in where she's at. So it looks pretty good for her. So she's going to be thinking about some changes here and how to make it work for her over the next year. So
Well, that's good news. I
anyway,
like that.
yeah, yeah. So all right, so that's Ryujin. Um, And then let's take a look at Felix, a Stray Kids. Now, the last video, normal video I did was with Bangchan, of Stray Kids, the leader of Stray Kids. He's from Australia. And so is Felix. Felix is Korean, but he's from Australia. So a lot of times those two are talking in Aussie accents, Aussie English with each other. And so let's just see a little overview of um, Felix. So there's Felix in his different hair colors and iterations. He was born on 15 September 2000. So let's tell us about Felix numerology wise, Mai-Li.
Okay, well, Felix is the 15th, so his love for others is very powerful, and he loves
Hmm.
to show his gifts to others. He has that warm, heartfelt wisdom that he likes to share, and he's very curious, and so he has a big social energy. He likes to be around people. He likes to be around a variety of people, and that makes people, they actually love him because of that, because he has all that wisdom, the culture, and he loves to share, and he loves to share his heart. So
Oh, great. Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
softness.
he's fluent in Korean and English. I guess he was more fluent in English than Korean originally, but I think he speaks a little or knows a little bit of French too. But yeah, he's a Virgo. He's a dragon like me, golden dragon of fortunes. Um, he's 5'7", 130 pounds. Has two sisters, and when he was younger, he got a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo, so he can take care of himself, I guess. And he's got that unique low voice, kind of that sexy low voice especially when he's rapping, which I think a lot of people like, a lot of fans like about him. And his Myers Briggs is ESFJ, so he's an extrovert, you know, extrovert um, more than like Ryujo was more of an introvert. So anyway, that's Felix. So let's see what's going on with Felix, for the next year. Just a quick overview in general. So let's do that. So, so let's just focus on Felix. Okay. And over here. Okay, for Felix, it says that um, he's going to be busy talking, meeting, communicating a lot in the next few months, but there's something about it that he's trying to build for the long term. This represents communications. Let me get rid of the view here, change the view. So this represents communications and talking, meaning communicating with others. So he's doing some things, but this is the jade. This represents maybe some long-term plans, long-term views about some of this activity, and um, it's going to take perseverance and effort. He knows that, but he's willing to put in that perseverance and effort. So he's kind of working on some things that have both maybe an immediate impact and may have a long-term thing for him. Um, so I don't know. Stray Kids has been around for a while, so um, I'm not sure when they debuted, but maybe you can tell us in the comments. So maybe he's just thinking about things long term as well, making some connections. And he's going to maybe want to do something more creative. So maybe he wants to do, maybe create some content for music or something. This represents some creativity, and that then maybe he wants to change the way he sees himself a little bit, kind of, you know, migrate more in a different direction since he's been doing what he's been doing for quite a while, for several years. um, and it says that might open up a door of opportunity for him in the second half of 2023 that may have some success. So I don't know what that is, if he's doing variety shows, or he's doing collabs, or he's writing or composing. um, and then he's going to be wanting to start something new by the end of the year, that kind of grows and expands what he can do, and maybe reaches out maybe into different areas of the world. So maybe he wants to do some more English stuff, and kind of leverage his Australian roots, and maybe put that out there more broadly. But something he's kind of working on that has that kind of long term um, planning thing. So, did we do the numerology him already?
Yes, we did. We did already on Felix. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move forward from Felix, and let's go to Karina of AESPA. So let's see. Karina is Yu Jimin. Um, That's her real name. Her stage name is Karina, and she's part of this group, another fourth generation group, kind of a powerful fourth generation group, because when they got out there and debuted, I think it was in 2020, they had a big impact. They were the new SM girl group, and Karina is the leader. Um, and she was born on April 11th, another Aries, 2000. So, what can you say about Karina, Mai-Li?
And you know what? I noticed a lot of dragons in all these readings too. A lot of strong.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 2000, they're all going to be dragons unless they
Mhm.
were born in
Right.
January. So,
Well, she has a very keen awareness of people. She knows what's happening around her. She um, is very intuitive, so she understands people and sees their qualities, and also may see some of the things that would help her as well. So she understands the thoughts of people, so she knows if they're happy, if they're sad. She has that very connection towards the spirit of the soul of the individual, and because of that, she has a lot of followers and supporters, because she too also likes to support others. So she gives what she gives out, she gets back.
okay.
Yeah, she's a really good.
Um,
Follow her. She's a good guide to other people.
yeah, well, that's why she's a leader, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
of her group.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, she was born in the Gyeonggi-do, but that's in the Greater Seoul area, in Korea. And yeah, Aries dragon. She's the tallest member of the group. She's 5'6", only 99 pounds though, so she's thin. Um, or maybe for K-pop idols, just right. But yeah, she's the leader, she's the center, the face of the group, and she also has a black belt in Taekwondo, um,
Wow.
just like Felix. Was it Felix that had the taekwondo? Yeah, I think so. But Felix is only 5'7", and Karina's 5'6", and her ideal type is somebody at least 5'11". So even though they can maybe kick each other's behind in taekwondo, I don't think they're going to be that compatible. But who knows? And then her Myers-Briggs is ENFP, so she's also extrovert. Um, so let's see what the tiles say for Karina. Just to let you know, Mai-Li, because you don't know ESPA, they are from SM Entertainment, one of the big three, and their concept was kind of the reason it's called ESPA. It's kind of like artificial something. Anyway, they came out with avatars. So when they first launched their first song, they had kind of animation avatars, and they kind of went back and forth. They've kind of dropped that after a while, but I mean, after a couple, three comebacks, because they have enough talent on their own. People want to see them. They don't want to see the avatar so much. But that was their first concept, like, virtual reality. We got the avatars, and then we got the real people, and maybe they're going back and forth, or anyway, that was a concept. But they're all beautiful. They're all very talented. They all have great singing ability. I mean, Ning Ning. I mean, Karina's probably third best behind. I don't know. I mean, Winter and Ning Ning, but they're all great. Anyway, so that's a little background on ESPA. It's kind of a funny name. That's why they're called ESPA. It's something to do with artificial entertainment or something. I don't know the details, but that's gives you an idea. But let's just change that, and then let's pull some tiles here for Karina. So let's focus on her. And as a group here, and see what comes up for her. Okay. There's going to be something about travel or location change, or maybe land and property. That's going to be successful, or going to have some positive developments for her. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's, maybe they're getting their own apartments. I don't know what it means. But that's what those tiles represent. This represents like location. It's called the Earth tile. So something to do with physical location, land and property, travel, those kinds of things. I mean, I don't think they're going to Coachella. They went to Coachella last year, which didn't work out that well for them. I think it was SM Entertainment didn't do enough preparation. But anyway, but this time, whatever it is, it's going to have some positive thing, because this is a South tile. So it represents some sunshine for them. Could mean the South. I don't know if they're doing a tour like the Southeast Asia or something like that. I don't know, but that's what the tiles say. And it says that's going to be something new in the second quarter, springtime. Maybe a comeback, perhaps, because this is called the Phoenix. So it says maybe there's going to be a rise again some way. So maybe they're going to come up with a comeback. I don't know where they are. I haven't been keeping up with their record releases. But I think they had one a few months ago. So maybe they're coming out with something new in the spring. And in fact, there's going to be that's going to be very successful, or things are going to come together for her very well. The center tile suggests that everything's coming together and kind of coalescing, and also that might be something that she's going to be planning on or working on. That's going to be for the first quarter of 2024, because this tile represents the first quarter of 2024 and represents the plum blossom, the first tree to bloom in the spring and open up new possibilities. So maybe there's another plan that she's going to be working on as soon as this the promotions on this one comeback. They're planning like 6 months later for something else, it seems. But in the meantime, in this last part of the year, they're going to feel they can kind of they feel like they can be relaxed, can be creative and in harmony, and feel like they had a successful, or she did have a successful year. So there's a lot of positive energy here for her, for Karina, for the year, um, and some new things coming up, maybe every 6 months. So looks pretty good for her. If you're a fan, if you're a fan of aespa, um, anyway. So all right. So next one is actually a couple. Okay, this is kind of newsworthy as well. So this is going to be about IU and Lee Jong Suk. So let's just show you. Um, so that's Lee Jong Suk on the left and IU on the right. Now IU is known as Korea's little sister. She debuted when she was 15 years old, and she's been extremely popular. She's been she started off the group, but then she went solo and found her own path and writes a lot of her own songs. She's very talented. She's got a sweet voice, and she can hit high notes very high. When she first started, she can really hit them very high. Um, anyway, but she does a lot of dramas too. She's done, so she's done a lot of acting, period pieces, and contemporary pieces. And then Lee Jong Suk is an actor. He's not an idol. He's not a music idol. He's an actor, K-drama actor. So they've known each other for a long time, but it just came out, in the new year that they've been dating romantically for the last 4 months. In fact, it was confirmed by both of their agencies. They've been dating for the last 4 months. So it's gone from, knowing each other and friends and supporting each other to something more significant in the last 4 months. And it just came out. So just in the first of the new year, Dispatch, kind of uh, flushed it out there. So, and they kind of admit it, they embrace it. So, in fact, they were seen traveling to Japan together, kind of trying to hide it, but the news people found it, and so they're kind of a hot item because I don't know Lee Jong Suk's history of romance and dating, but IU had a boyfriend, but that was about, I don't know, 5 6 years ago, and he was much older than her. Lee Jong Suk is about 4 years older than her. But anyway, they seem to be supportive with each other for a long time, but now they're kind of involved. So anyway, Mai-Li, what can you tell about the numerology of these two
Well,
people?
first of all, Virgo and Taurus are a good match because they're both Earth signs. So
Oh yeah, they're good
mhm,
Earth
yes.
zodiac.
So, but with Lee Jong, he has the 14th personality, so that creates an open-mindedness. He's extremely open-minded.
Hmm.
He likes to try new things, and he is cautious about his time, what he does, and how he moves forward in life. But because of his open-mindedness, he actually has a lot of he's full of adventure. He likes to go out and do. Like I said, five energies love change. They adapt. So with that energy, he just has to be careful that he doesn't step on anybody's toes when he wants his freedom. That's some of that karmic energy of a 14th birthday. Is
Hmm.
that because he loves his freedom so much, he'll do anything to have that. But no, he looks like a very handsome young man.
Oh yeah, he's a very popular actor. I've never seen a K drama. I don't think I've seen a K drama with him, but he's done a ton. I don't know, maybe dozen, half a dozen. So he's been doing it for quite a long time. He used to be a model first, and then he kind of got into acting. And I think he was like one of the youngest runway model, something youngest something about his modeling. And then yeah, if you go look up his videography, his TV shows, he's done a lot. Almost all the time. And then of course IU has done also, even though she's very young, she's done a lot of dramas too, at least six, maybe more. So
Well, with IU has the 16th birthday, so she's very blessed in understanding universal truths, and
mhm,
she's really important. It's really important for her to just discover how people feel, what they
mhm,
think. She She also loves to share her thoughts. Like if she goes, like I said earlier about the universal truth, she likes to share her thoughts to other people that
Hmm.
are maybe not be conventional to others.
Hmm.
But I think they're a good match because he likes his adventures, his change. He's very open minded, and so is she. So as long as they don't, compete with each other, they'll do very well together. I think this is a good match for the two of them.
Okay, well, we'll see because we're going to do a little compatibility comparison that
Oh,
we
oh,
like
good.
we used to do on our channel with numerology. This is the full numerology of their
Mm,
birth dates, and then marriage compatibility with numerology, and then we're going to do the Batsi Chinese astrology, the Vedic astrology, and then Western astrology. So we'll do that maybe next. Let's do that
okay,
next.
do that next. Yes,
Yeah.
explain
So
power
let's
class.
see if we get the slide. So here it is. Compatibility. So numerology is 82% marriage compatibility. That is, I mean, there's destiny and there's life path and all that, but those are pretty high too. So 82%, 2 points on my little system. The bots, Chinese astrology, not as quite as good. 56% though, still positive,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 point in my numbering system. Vedic didn't turn out too well. It was only 21% compatibility and 0 points. There's something she's kind of getting off. There's a thing called Manglik dosa. Dosha represents about Mars, and so that can have an influence, but usually the influence wanes after 28. So she's just turned 29, so she's kind of putting that behind her, and it was kind of muted anyway because there's some other factors, but anyway, it's only 21% still for whatever reason. Um, and then the zodiac, yeah, like you said, Taurus and Virgo, both earth signs. So Virgos like to keep things organized. Taurus likes the home, I think. So they might have a nice clean home. Anyway, I don't think they're gonna be slobs in front of each other. So
The notorious is they're both they're both grounded, so that's
mhm,
why I think they will do well together because
yeah,
they really are methodical about how they move forward in life.
right. Yeah, IU is seems that way. She has her own show called Palette, based on one of her best-selling albums. But she has guests, and so she talks and she sings with the guests, and it's her own variety show kind of thing. But she does a lot of charity, and so she's a sweetheart. Everybody loves IU because she's so sweet. She's so beautiful and down to earth and successful and talented and very sweet. Anyway, we'll have to learn more about Lee Jong Hook, Lee Jong Suk. See, I don't know about him too much, but maybe I'll watch one of his K dramas. But let's do a little kind of see about them together moving forward a little bit. What do you think? Um, so
Well,
let's do that.
two
So
percent.
let's focus on those two. And okay, so let's see what it says for them moving forward. The couple seem like they're kind of committed to each other going forward in the next few months. This represents commitment. So they're trying to find a way to maybe strengthen that commitment. 4 months, my theory is, 6 to 12 months is kind of like a critical time because you kind of gone past the newness of things and you have to kind of just pay the bills and do the wash and figure out life. This towel here says that they're going to be having to reestablish their priorities about what's most important to them. It's called the woodcutter. So it's kind of like you're going out in the woods and trying to find the best firewood to fuel your fire. So your passion, get the fuel to cook your food to keep you warm, all those things. But it represents reassessing your priorities. So they're kind of committed and having to figure out how to reassess their own personal priorities to make room for the couple. And it says that um, they're going to be doing a lot of thinking about this, and there's going to be some emotional intensities that increase, and maybe some things that they have to figure out. So they have to kind of think, deeply about, you know, just spending more time with each other and what that might mean for each other emotionally, but also create creatively for their own talents, and I mean, often these, celebrities have schedule problems because of, all their commitments. So that's going to be a period, especially in the spring, that they kind of have to kind of figure out a little bit. But it seems like they're going to get through that bump as they get into the fall. And it seems like there's going to be some nicer energy that's available. The pearl shows up, represents them, something more special like a pearl. And this is the turtle says they seem like they're on the right path, but they're kind of moving slowly and steadily. Um, and it says that seem like by the end of the year they're going to feel more comfortable with each other, maybe figuring out their routine and how to communicate with each other better at this more intimate level. This represents kind of harmony and comfort and also creativity, and also this represents communications, which is also obviously always important in a relationship. So that's what it kind of says for them moving forward for the year. So we'll see how that plays out. But it looks like there's some adjustments that have to be done, like any relationship. Like I say, especially that 6 month marker, it's kind of like, okay, how do we take the next steps? Um, so they're gonna have to figure that out. But at least it's out there, so maybe the pressure won't be so bad about having to hide it and all that kind of stuff. It's funny that somehow the drama stars have a little more leeway with dating. I mean, it's still a big controversy, but it's not like K-pop where it's, I guess maybe it's the fan base is younger and then maybe the performers are younger. But it's like it's a big scandal, when they talk about somebody dating. It's like why does it have to be a scandal? It's just like they're just human, right? Um, anyway, so we did that. So yeah, that's it for our part of the presentation. So let's see. Let's somehow the comments aren't feeding through to this software, so I have to look at the comments on the YouTube channel itself. So Mai-Li, you can't see the comments. I'm not sure why.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be commenting back right now. So, but
Exactly. So I'm trying to
I,
figure out
I don't have any
what's going
interaction.
on.
Yeah. So,
Um,
thank you to those who are listening to us on our
yeah,
first episode.
yeah.
So,
Thanks for the comments,
yes,
Bavia, and Serendipity. Bavia is obviously a BTS fan, thinking about Jimin, and Serendipity is definitely a BTS fan, a Taehyung fan, because she wants to know about his wife, future wife, and what the wife's profession is. Did you do this on my channel too in the comments? I don't know, because that's always the same thing. I think some other fortune tellers on K-pop talk about, these idols' future wives, and I'm not sure how they do that, or what, because I don't watch other channels. But I can tell by your questioning that that's you watch somebody else, and so you want us to do something to confirm or not confirm what somebody else says. And we don't really respond to other fortune tellers, you know, because we just got to do our own thing, and we do this professionally. I mean, we just did an event, right, Mai-Li? Let me get you back on camera here. What am I doing here? So let's get rid of this banner. Hang on and hide that. So yeah, Wanugee Mai-Li. So yeah, we just did an event, an actual corporate event. We did a couple. So we did one in downtown San Francisco for the holidays for a really a financial technology company. FinTech is what we called it here in the Silicon Valley. So we did a FinTech company. It was fun. It was at a private club in downtown San Francisco called the Wingtip Club. Um, and this Wingtip is the company that makes these traditional, expensive, heavy leather shoes for bankers, people in three-piece suits. That's what they're famous for historically. But it was at that club. And that was fun, wasn't it, Mai-Li?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I love
Yeah,
getting up. It was nice to see everybody get out because of COVID. They all
yeah.
wanted to just celebrate, the holidays. It was very festive.
Yeah, it was great. And there's about, I don't know, a couple hundred people or something like that.
Oh,
They were
it
there
was fun. It was a lot of
with their
fun.
partners. Yeah,
Now we're
very
going to be
festive.
celebrating the New Year, Chinese Lunar New Year. So we have something
Yeah, well,
else.
we did another event, together in the last month too, and that was at the St. Regis Hotel, very high-end hotel in downtown San Francisco as well. And this was for a venture capital company. So, we're kind of in the area where venture capitalism pretty much it's the center of venture capitalists. And this company was from Menlo Park, Sand Hill Road, where all the major venture capitalists is, like Kleiner Perkins and all these big names that you probably don't know about, but they funded, play things like, all these tech companies. They're the ones that's created the capital to get them to start and do what they do. So there are a lot of famous names that that these venture capitalists started with, and that's and this is kind of the heart of it down here, in Silicon Valley area. So but that was fun too, and different. In fact, we did it with the company and their uh, investors, but also with they had a lot of their portfolio companies, the companies that they invested in that's in their portfolio, and they're trying to support to get up and get launched into growing. So we got to meet a lot of founders and entrepreneurs and that kind of stuff. That was really fun,
Well,
fun situation too.
if they go on Instagram, they can see the pictures. So
Yeah, yeah. Instagram, yeah. Instagram, we have Instagram. It's Golden Dragon Fortunes and
mhm,
Golden Dragon Fortunes underscore events. So I kind of manage Golden Dragon Fortunes, and Mai-Li does Golden Dragon Fortunes underscore events. So yeah, check us on Instagram. Um, and we're there. And we have some fun things on there too. Um, let's see.
so next
All
time
right.
we do an episode, we'll be able to interact more if we
Yeah,
after
we'll
we
figure this out going forward. It's our first
yeah
one.
yeah
And we'll take note of your requests. And we can't do it right now, but we'll, because it's been about an hour. It's
yeah it's
more than
been
long enough.
so
Um,
we'll do it on the
eh,
next episode.
but yeah, on the next episode, we'll take in mind, serendipity. Thank you
Mhm.
for your comments, Bhavya. Thank you for your comments, and we'll keep in mind Jimin and Taehyung. Certainly, we've done them in the past. If you look at our old videos on our channel, we've done individual readings for them, but there's a couple years old. So, but you can check them out. They're kind of fun. Um, anyway, so. I think we're going to plan to do this next Friday at
Next Friday.
10 a.m. California time.
Mhm.
So tune in, and if we do something before then, we'll let you know. So like and subscribe to our channel, and until next time, um, let's see. Let's get you on camera. You're on camera, but the live stream doesn't show you on camera. I wonder why. Am I missing something here? Maybe there's something not working right here. I don't know.
You'll
But
have to
I mean, I
figure
see you here on my software, but I don't see you on the live stream picture. So I'm not sure why that is, if it's not feeding it or something. Um,
well
anyway,
next
yeah,
time
thank you,
I'll
Serendipity. See you next time, and thank you, Bhavya. Anyway, we're gonna sign off here. So, Mai-Li, sorry, I don't know. I hope you were on there. We'll have to see what happens, and we'll have to tweak this next time. But until next time,
Wishing you
wishing
all
you
good.
all good fortunes.